how do you eat an elephant? I find that an absolutely absurd question, but yet how many times have you heard that question asked? And of course we all know the answer to that question. It's an age-old question, an age-old answer, one bite at a time. You see, but people get hung up in the hows. And that's the thing, I think that's an absurd question, is that it really gets you hung up in the hows. That question, I mean, why would I even want to eat an elephant? Am I that hungry? And do I even have an elephant to eat? You know, before I'd ever think about eating an elephant, I need to go get an elephant. And that is my point here to you today. I'm going to talk to you more about that here in a moment, but first let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Non-Monogamous Mark, and I'm the co-founder and executive director of ECNM Lifestyles. Now, ECNM stands for Ethically and Consensually Non-Monogamous Lifestyles. And there are people, in fact, I've been saying that studies estimate that about 21% of couples are out there who they either occasionally or regularly participate in one of the shades of an ethically and consensually non-monogamous lifestyle. I today, though, just read an article about that was a study that was done in New York. But of course, New York's not exactly a cross-section of America. But a study done in New York said that 30% of the people in New York have had foursomes, and 35% of the people in New York have had threesomes. And so of couples, not just people, but couples. And so, you know, my number at 21%, who knows? Maybe that is, there's more people out there in the ethically and consensually non-monogamous lifestyles than we think. But that's, so with our association that we have, we help people stretch and exercise their mental muscle so they can increase their abundance and their liberation, their freedom. And that is in more than just the areas of sex. It is also in your love and your relationships, you know, your business relationships. So maybe you can increase your income. It's also in your health and your fitness. You know, there's an elephant to eat. Can you imagine this next year? If you haven't had the best of health, if your health has slid downhill a little bit, maybe you've gained a little bit of weight, you know, and just do yourself a checkup and realize that, hey, I can turn this around. I can take responsibility for my health. And that becomes then your goal, your elephant, that this year you're going to go ahead and you're going to turn your health around. Or maybe it's your finances. You know, your finances, you want to double your income this year. Most people think, is that even possible? Well, sure it is. If you actually can just imagine it, envision it, and dream it, it's possible. I'm certainly envisioning it. And so if I can envision it, you can as well. Or maybe more like 25% increase in your income. Or maybe you just want to make an extra $300, $400, $500. Is that possible? But you see, you want to get your goals and your dreams out there before you ever start thinking about how. So, you know, how to eat an elephant. You know, I don't even have an elephant. And so what that elephant represents are your dreams and your goals. Now, yes, I have some big dreams and big goals, and I hope that you do as well. But don't get hung up in the hows. Don't get hung up in the shoulds or could-haves or would-haves. We oftentimes do get hung up in those things. Instead, just get involved with how that dream and how that goal feels. And you know, I've read a lot of biographies of people that have done great things over the last 100 to 200 years. And it seems like there's a common theme. When they just have the belief to go out and do something, guess what happens? They get the job done. Even though there are plenty of people there to say it couldn't be done. But there's a principle here that says that the person who has the belief to do will learn and figure out the how to do. And that how to do generally comes to the person who has the belief to do. And so how to eat an elephant, that's why I find this question totally absurd. It puts the focus on the how. You know, instead, be asking yourself, what is the elephant in your life? And then, why even eat an elephant? Are you really that hungry? You know, chances are if I had an elephant to eat, it would rot before I'd eat it all. And so That's just totally an absurd question. And so bringing it right back to really what that question means for you in your life. And that is that you figure out what that elephant means to you. And then after you figure that out, then you want to take and find out why. Why do you want that item in your life? Because it's really the whys that start to drive us. And so I know my whys for wanting to do what I'm doing. I reached a point in my life where I decided that I really wanted to make my life about building the ethically and consensually non-monogamous lifestyle so they are more of an accepted part of our society. But not just all people out there that are ethically and consensually non-monogamous, because there's a big cross-section of people that there are people that are lazy and don't want to get out of their easy chair, and they're ethically and consensually non-monogamous. And those are fine people, but I decided that I wanted to really take and work with people who were inspired by personal growth and development and self-improvement. And then when they meet the challenges of the ethically and consensually non-monogamous lifestyles, the challenges that come to us in our life, then you look at that from a growth perspective, not a perspective where you look at it and say, no way, that's an elephant, it's too big for me to eat, I'm not going to eat it. And so that's where I come from. And we want to help to stretch and exercise your mental muscle. We want to help you to take and have that dream and that goal, and then have that why. And you'll find that then the how will start to come to you. So thanks a lot for listening to me today. And if you want to know more about ECNM LA, then click on that link, and that'll take you to our page where you can subscribe to our email list, and you can learn more about us. Thanks a lot.